About a year ago, Nigerians in their hundreds took to the streets to protest the continuous harassment of some members of the Nigerian police force, especially the now disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad Unit (SARS). For close to 10 days, young Nigerians made the Lekki toll plaza their rallying point, demanding, chanting, and pleading that the government end SARS and put an end to police brutality in the country. I will never follow you to that station. The EndSARS campaign began in 2017 on social media after countless cases of intimidation, harassment, and extortion by police officers continued to surface online. However, little impact was made until Saturday, 3rd October 2020, when a video surfaced online of a SARS police officer shooting a young man in Delta State. The police officers were reported to have also taken away the young man's vehicle after shooting him. The video led to public outcry on social media, especially on Twitter, where the EndSARS hashtag began to trend again, this time heavily. On Thursday, October 8, 2020, nationwide protests erupted out of anger over videos and pictures showing police brutality, harassment, and extortion in Nigeria. Protesters in the thousands decided that it was time to stop hiding behind their keyboards. They came out en masse to stage a protest against the dreaded SARS unit, calling for its total disbandment. After days of unending protests, the then Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, in a live broadcast, announced the dissolution of SARS. But youth within the movement were not pleased with this announcement. According to them, this same promise has been made several years.
The Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Nigerian Police, otherwise known as SARS, is hereby dissolved across all formations, the 36 state police commands, and the Federal Capital Territory, where they currently exist.
They refused to leave the streets and went ahead to make a list of 5 demands to be met by the federal government of Nigeria. The demands, which were endorsed by young Nigerians, asked for the immediate release of all arrested persons during the protests, as well as justice and compensation for all who have died through police brutality in Nigeria. They also demanded that an independent body be set up within 10 days to investigate and prosecute all reports of police misconduct. The protesters also asked for the psychological evaluation and retraining of SARS operatives before they are being deployed to any other police unit. Lastly, they asked for an adequate increase in the salaries of police officers of the Nigerian police force. The protest went on until that fateful evening of October 20, 2020, where military officers who were deployed to enforce the curfew allegedly fired live rounds at the protesters who were still at the tollgate. In a twist of fate, the peaceful protest now turned bloody as protesters were reportedly killed and injured by the Nigerian army. The federal government continues to deny that anyone was killed by the military. The once peaceful protest took a different turn hours after the alleged shooting, when miscreants took advantage of the situation and started looting stores and wreaking havoc on public buildings and infrastructures across the country. Bus parks and buses, police units and stations, major malls and bank buildings were not spared in the arson that shook the entire nation days after the military intervention. The Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry (LCCI) estimates that 700 billion naira was lost by the economy to the chaos. The Nigerian Insurance Association says insurance companies paid over 5.4 billion naira in claim settlement arising from losses. About 2,000 insured businesses were affected by the losses. 1 year after, a victim says 300 protesters are still in Kirikiri prisons. Since then, there have still been countless reported cases of police brutality and extortion around the country. 1 year after, the demands of Nigerians remain largely unmet. For most police officers, it's business as usual. For citizens who suffer the brunt of the brutality, there's no end in sight. The killings, assaults, and harassment by the police is still commonplace. Just weeks back, a police officer attached to the Panti division in Lagos allegedly shot and killed Monsurat Ojuade, an 18-year-old lady, during a raid in Surulere, Lagos State. In similar fashion, another young girl was killed in the K2 area by a stray bullet allegedly fired by a police officer during the June 12 Democracy Day protest. The police command continued to deny this claim. Days back, a video surfaced online of a policeman slapping a traveler in Kogi State after extorting a co-passenger. These are countless more of such incidences. In the aftermath of the EndSARS protests, judicial panels of inquiry were instituted across states to investigate cases of police misconduct. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said all 28 states that established judicial panels on EndSARS have completed their assignment except Lagos.
Beyond ensuring that the victims of police brutality get justice, the question on the minds of many Nigerians, especially young people, is when will the actual reform of the Nigerian police happen? To forestall another EndSARS protest or to make sure that another protest is not hijacked by hoodlums to cause havoc on the country. As the nation marks a year of the EndSARS protest, what citizens want from the government is to put an end to police intimidation, brutality, killings, and extortion.